All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the one and only Wrestling Otaku channel. Of course, your personification of excellence on YouTube and YWC. We're the best reviews wrestling and your three-time YWC channel of the year. And I'm back here. It is officially Thursday, March the 20th of 2025. Hope you're all having a good one. Hope you all have had a good week so far as we head into the weekend. I've been pretty good, man. I've been doing pretty good. Doing pretty satisfactory, and hope that continues today. I got a day off, so I'm just chilling. I'm relaxing, and hope you guys have enjoyed some of the content I put out on here and on my other channels. Actually, earlier today, I uploaded a video on my Fortune 4 Shooters channel. I made a post about this where I was talking about the whole thing about Texas lawmakers wanting to create or pass a bill that bans anime from their state and stuff like that, and I kind of got into that. So hope you guys check that video out and let me know, give me your thoughts on that. But anyway, I want to do this video here today, here on my channel, on my main channel, to talk about a little something else, a report that came out that I heard about over the weekend, and I figured I'd talk about it because I just thought it was kind of funny hearing about this. So here today, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on a story, on a news story, a report regarding the one and the only, the immortal Hulk Hogan. Yeah, brother, the immortal Hulk Hogan, the red and yellow. Oh, yeah, take your vitamins and say your prayers. Hulk Hogan, yeah. What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do? I'm a real brother. You know that Hulk Hogan. So I thought, sorry, I thought I'd get into all that. The same Hulk Hogan who, came out about close to 10 or so years ago now that apparently was a racist. The whole thing with the sex tape or, the footage from the sex tape or surveillance footage or whatever, where he was dropping N-bombs left and right, using the N-word explicitly, not the standard N-word with the A. I'm talking about the N-word with the hard ER in reference to, he was talking about his daughter, dating a black man and saying, oh, if she's going to date these N-words, I hope it's an N-word that at least it's, somebody who's a big figure, who makes a lot of money or who's a baller or blah, blah, blah. And, it's just, again, I mean, there's no other way you could put it. The dude was openly racist in this fucking video talking about his daughter dating a black man and basically saying, um, he at one point he was quoted in saying these fucking N words. And more famously, one of the quotes during that video, he said, quote, "I'm racist to a fault." If you guys remember that. Now I don't remember the exact, his exact wording in this, because it's been a long time since I've, read about this report, but I don't need to go into the specifics. The guy's, basically he was dropping, like I said, the N-word. And so, it's just one of those things. And as soon as that came out, he basically got vilified. He got vilified for being, well, a racist. And so Hulk Hogan, who for the longest time was known as being the face of pro wrestling, the face of an era, the face of a decade, you could say. He was a figurehead of the 80s, a model, individual, model citizen or model, role model, whatever have you. He didn't look like much of a model in the eyes of the people after seeing that, that whole footage, that surveillance footage on that sex tape. So after that whole thing happened, after he was ousted for it, Hogan was pretty much vilified by the media and by everybody, by the wrestling media and everyone for, he was outed for being racist. WWE wanted nothing to do with him. They basically blacklisted him. They removed any and all mention of Hogan from their website and from their whole promotion as a whole. They even removed him from the Hall of Fame at one point. Of course, that was only for a time. In recent years, they've re-added him back. They've had him made appearances on their shows and such, and so WWE slowly but surely reincorporating him back in because WWE themselves is a racist promotion, or at their core, they're institutionally racist, but it is what it is, even without Vince McMahon there. But yeah, so that was the whole thing about Hogan, and he came out with a according to certain people, he came out with an apology, and we all know that shit wasn't sincere. It was one of those things where, somebody types up some shit and, prints it out on a piece of paper, and then you read it off a piece of paper with no emotion. Whatever apology he offered for that, it was not heartfelt. It was not sincere. It was not genuine. We all know that. So that's the whole thing about Hogan. But anyway, so here today I'm talking about something else in regards to Hulk Hogan, some other form of, I don't know if you necessarily call it controversy. It's just a little story that kind of came out recently, and that is the fact that Hogan made some public appearances recently. And in regards to these appearances, he was responsible for not exactly satisfying the the wishes of the people that he was supposed to meet with. In fact, according to reports, multiple reports, he actually made some kids cry, believe it or not. So basically, what happened was Hogan was slated to make some public appearances. He was slated for like some meet and greets at several stores in New York, somewhere in upstate New York, and Hudson Valley or somewhere, which I believe that's somewhere, somewhere up there where the smart buses are, by their own admission. So they live somewhere around that area. Who's to say they weren't part of this? But anyway, so the report said, the one that I read, said that Hogan was scheduled for like a meet and greet and for a signing because he was promoting his beer, his new sponsor, if you will, Real American Beer, because he's a sponsor for that, and he was promoting this, and he was like set up several meet and greets, one of which had a shop right or somewhere, like I said, somewhere in upstate New York. And so what happened was, according to the reports, according to what various people said who were there, there are some folks who went to this event or went to this, supposed meet and greet because they wanted to meet Hulk Hogan, because they wanted to, get autographs and meet with somebody who I guess, they grew up idolizing, or, somebody that they were a fan of, at the time, not so much nowadays, but, just saying. But anyway, so there are people who went to this meet and greet who wanted to meet Hulk Hogan, and some of them even brought their young children, which I don't know how, I don't know why or how you would have kids who would want to meet Hulk Hogan, especially with all the stuff that's come out about him recently. But anyway, so there are several meet and greets at these stores. One at the shop, right? Again, he was promoting his Real American Beer or whatever, and Hulk Hogan was scheduled to be there to take photographs, or take, I should say, sign autographs and stuff like that, and take pictures, stuff like that. Again, meet and greet. And what happened was, according to these reports, Hulk Hogan allegedly showed up late, an hour late or hours late. I'm not sure if this is like one instance or multiple instances, but I know there are multiple firsthand accounts of what happened, according to the report I read. But multiple people have said they waited in line for hours, 4, 5, 6 hours, and either he didn't show up or he showed up late, and then he was late and doing what he was supposed to do. And apparently, what it was, at least at the shop, right, was that he was slated to stay there to meet and greet with at least 250 people. Then it got shortened to 200. So obviously there was a line, a line of folks wanted to meet him, and they decided that the line would stop at 200, or the maximum amount of people he would meet with is 200 or whatever, have meet and greets, whatever. And so they got through the line, and right as he was about to see everybody at around 180 or so, he ended up abruptly stopping, and then he got up, his people got up, and they just walked out the building, not saying anything. He just up and left. And there were several people in line who were waiting to see him for hours who ended up not getting the chance to see him. He didn't say bye. He didn't give any excuse. He just walked up. He just got up and walked away. And so what happened was people were upset. People were just irate as a result. And like I mentioned before, you had kids who were crying. And apparently there's audio of this where, people who were there who attended this event basically spoke on it. They say, Hulk Hogan, he was so rude. It was just so rude of him to just get up and walk off, and not even give any explanation as to why he's leaving, because his obligation was 200 people, and he left before he saw his quota, if you will. And again, there are kids crying, saying, "Oh, Hulk Hogan's the worst," and blah blah blah. And so yeah, needless to say, this was not a very good PR look. This was not a very good look for Hulk Hogan, PR wise, public relations wise. It was not a good look for him. For him to be promoting this product of his, this Real American Beer, and then he's just going to up and walk away on the people who were waiting their hours to see him, to get an autograph, or a photo, or whatever the case may be, or meet him, after everything that these people were willing to do to wait for him, and then he just up and leaves like that. And it's just like, and I look at that and I see, and I read about stuff like this, and it's like, You know, it's no wonder people don't fucking like this guy. You know, and you got all these reports of folks coming out who were in wrestling who used to work with him, you know, like the Scott Steiners of the world, you know, basically calling him a motherfucker and stuff during, you know, like an interview with Chris Van Vliet. You got The Undertaker, who's, you know, talked about him in the past. You got guys like Jesse Ventura, you know, and others, you know, a whole number of people who worked with Hogan, you know, back in the day. This was back when he was, you know, on top, back when he was a well-known wrestler, and they know how he was or how he is, and they obviously don't like him for whatever reason. And now you're kind of seeing it, you know, to this day. And it's like, and you look at a story like this, and I kind of think to myself, Hulk Hogan's starting to show his true colors. Like all that bullshit about being sorry, about the stuff about being racist, you know, stuff like that. And then people saying, oh, will he apologize? Well, he clearly is not sorry. If he's going to pull a fucking stunt like this, you know, you're scheduled to fucking have a public meet and greet and stuff like that, and fans waiting hours in line for you, and you're just going to up and leave like that with no explanation. That's fucking foul. That's wrong. You don't do that to your fucking fans. Who the hell does this guy think he is? He's already got enough of a bad reputation. He's already got a fucking bad name as it is with that shit from years ago, which people still have not forgiven him for. Which, by the way, he was trying to promote that real American beer at that first, you know, back in January, back at that first Raw of 2025, the one that will, you know, where they debuted on Netflix in, I think it was Las Vegas or Los Angeles, I can't remember where they were, and Hogan made an appearance there, and those people didn't, those people for sure did not like Hogan because they booed him out of the fucking building. And we all, of course, I talked briefly about that, and it's like, it's fucking well deserved because the guy deserved it. And then he tried to come up with all these excuses as to why he was booed. He was talking about, oh, yeah, they booed me because last time I was at that venue, I was a bad guy. I was a heel, you know, with the NWO and blah, blah, blah. It's like, my guy, that was 25 years ago. That was like 26, 27 years ago, my dude. People are not booing you because you were a heel fucking 3 decades ago. They're booing you because you got outed as a fucking racist. They're booing you because you offered a flimsy, non-genuine fucking apology for that. That's why they're fucking booing you, because they want nothing to do with you. They don't want to see you on TV. They don't want to have anything. They don't want this wrestling promotion, that being WWE, to have anything to do with a fucking racist. Even though, again, there's a lot of institutional racism in WWE. That's another topic for another time. But, and then he goes and pulls a stunt like this, where he's fucking walking out on the people who stayed out there for hours to meet him, and then he just fucking just leaves, doesn't give it because he doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care about his fans. He's just sitting there shilling his fucking products. He doesn't care about those people, and he showed it with his actions. Sitting there, showing up an hour. It's bad enough you showed up an hour late or however many hours late, and then you want to fucking up and leave early, and on top of that, and that shows he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about the fans. He doesn't give a fuck about the people who still, somehow to this day, support him. He doesn't give a shit, dude. He's a piece of fucking garbage. He's showing that he's a piece of fucking garbage human being. And you know what? Him and Vince McMahon, they deserve each other because they are two fucking peas in a pot. They're two pieces of fucking garbage individuals. Two pieces of shit human beings. And stuff like this, hearing about stuff like this, just reaffirms in my mind that the guy is a piece of garbage. And people can sit here and give him all the credit in the world for taking WWF at the time and making it a household name, making it a fucking legacy back in the 80s and 90s. And he was all those things. He helped get pro wrestling to the heights that it reached back then. You can give him all the credit in the world. But at the end of the day, the guy behind the scenes is a fucking piece of shit. And more than enough folks have come out and basically told people as to how him being a piece of shit. Like I said, Scott Steiner, The Undertaker, Jesse Ventura, among other people. And then he goes and he pulls fucking public stunts like this, publicity stunts like this. Well, it's not a publicity stunt, but I'm just saying he goes out in public and pulls shit like this. And you can see for yourself, the guy has not changed. He's not sorry for anything. So why should I or anybody have sympathy for him? So that's my thoughts on that. Hulk Hogan is a piece of shit. He's showing his true colors. And, you know, he's at that age now. He's got to be like, what, pushing 70, if he's not 70 already. He's that fucking old ass, fucking out of touch, bitter old man who's stuck in his ways, who thinks that he is still a fucking megastar, and the world not just wrestling, the world and society has passed him by. And he doesn't want to get with the fucking times. He doesn't want to get with the program, so he's going to be fucking left behind. He's going to be a bitter old piece of shit until he dies. And so it is what it is. So Hulk Hogan is a piece of shit. Let's just be real on that. Let's just call a spade a spade. Hulk Hogan is a piece of shit. And he likely will always be a piece of shit. Sitting here making kids cry and shit, and walking out on your fans. How much of a piece of shit do you have to be to do some shit like stuff like that, man? And promoting your fucking lame ass beer, promoting your fucking lame ass product, and you're gonna walk out on the people who waited on you. That's foul, dude. That to me is really foul and really fucking. That just speaks volumes as to the type of person he is. And apparently Jimmy Hart, I don't know, this was part of the report too. Jimmy Hart was apparently there with him. Boy, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that conversation. Hey, Hulk, you got this meet and greet at this place. Oh, well, we could just take our time, brother. There's those folks are going to be waiting out there, brother. We could just take our time. But Hulk, come on, we got to push this. You got a public image to maintain. You got a public image to you got people waiting on you. You can't just leave them out in the cold. Oh, just don't worry about it, brother. We're going to make our money, and we're going to get out that bitch, brother. Yeah, what you going to do, brother? Come on, Jimmy, what you going to do? And, fucking stupid shit like that he probably told him. And whoever else he was with, his PR team or whoever the fuck else he was with. And so I'll say this. If I was Real American Beer, I'd consider getting a new sponsor, because you are not going to be selling shit with Hulk Hogan as the fucking head of that. Doing shit like that in public, that has got to be embarrassing. That has got to be fucking embarrassing. So, real shit right there. Real shit. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say for this video. So, that's my thoughts on that. And, so like I said, the report that I saw on this, it seems legit enough. Like, enough people have reported on it. And other content creators in the community have talked about it. So, I figure I throw my 2 cents in there. But yeah, Hulk Hogan, he's showing his true colors. He's a piece of shit. And he likely always will be. So, it is what it is on that. So, what you going to do about that? Not much you can do. Anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta say for this video. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, give me your thoughts on anything I talked about here, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support I can get. With that being said, it's pretty much gonna do it, man. So thanks for watching once more. Until next time, Wrestling Otaku, I'm out for now. See you guys later. Peace.